Wow, it is day 2 of teal season. I didn't go hunting this morning because I have so much stuff to do. I need to get this boat done because teal season's here. I'm gonna plan on taking this on my trip that I'm going on Wednesday. What we need to do is put the final touches on this, and I'd like to get it in the water today just to see how it handles, see what we're looking at, see if there's any last minute tweaks that we need to do before we go on the teal hunting trip. So what I've got here today is some of this Final Approach Whipgrass 5-pound late season kit. They've got a late season, which is tan and brown, and then they've also got a all season that's got tan, brown, and green in it. We got this whole boat to brush in. This is the Four Rivers Refuge Runner. In all honesty though, I really do kind of wish I went teal hunting this morning, but I had a wedding to go to last night. You know, one of those things that you just do because it's the right thing to do, and if you want to keep your wife happy, you go to those sort of things. So that's what we did. But there was a nice cold front that whipped through yesterday, and it's pretty chilly this morning. So I bet the teal hunting was actually pretty good. I bet migrators came in, but that's all right. I've got all next week. So there's our bundles. You can kind of tell color difference, maybe just a little bit. I might have some leftover stuff that I can mix in with that. I'm gonna go find that real quick. Okay, well, I found a box full of raffia from, I think when I tried to do the boat blind video last summer and I did the Invisimans and all that stuff. So there's actually a little bit of red, which I do like throwing some red in with my boats just because Smartweed's a little bit red. So the tan, brown, and red is kind of the good combo for the areas that I hunt. Since I've got it, I might as well spice it up with a little bit of red in there. So, mistakes that I see people make. Let's get into that. When they brush with raffia and it comes in different color bundles, one of my biggest pet peeves, whatever, it's not my blind, you do you, but one of the biggest pet peeves for me is when people just take that one color, take a chunk and put it on. Take this other color, take a chunk, put it on. And then it just looks like it's just zebra striped with different colors of raffia grass, which personally, I don't think that looks very natural. And so let me show you guys what I personally like to do. Now, for those of you guys who don't know what raffia is, it is a natural fiber. I think it come off of like trees in Madagascar. It's not fake grass. I hear a lot of people call it fake grass, but it's not fake grass. It's a natural material that is just inherently rot and mildew resistant. So it's perfect for these boats. I've had raffia, the Final Approach Whipgrass, on my kayak blind. Shoot, when did I start doing that? 2018, 19 season? Something like that. I mean, it's been a while and it still looks really good. I mean, granted, you do have to touch it up here and there every now and then, but overall, this stuff lasts a very long time, so it's well worth the investment. So here's our different colors. We got our red that I had left over from a project, and now we've got the tan and the brown. Let's get her going. Man, I got a beautiful day to do this. It's like 50, 60 degrees, probably about 62, 63 right now, but it feels amazing out there. Here we go. What I like to do is grab some chunks of one color. This is just when it gets messy. It eventually just kind of turns into a tangled mess. So I'll grab some of that. Now here's the tricky part with this boat in particular, is because I don't need it to hang off the edge that far. I only need the raffia to come to like right here, right to the edge of the boat, because it's gonna sit pretty much on the surface level of the water. I'm gonna work from my water level up to the top, so then it all layers down over top. You gotta make sure you get her all straightened out. Find all your loose ends. Stick it in the middle. Make a loop. And then pull the tail ends through, just like that. And then here's what I like to do when I get different colors, like the red or the tan. I like to just kind of break it up a little bit and get them kind of mixed together a little bit better. They will eventually fade and kind of twist together over time, but I like to give it kind of a little bit of a head start so then it's not like a big chunk of red and then all tan. I like to kind of make it look like mixed in naturally. I just wrapped up the first 2 bundles of that whoopgrass, and this is where we ended up. We're over here at the very front of the door, going all the way back to the stubble strap at the back side of the deck cover. Now, I might have gone a little bit overkill on this. Looking at it now that it's all kind of done, I probably put too much down here in the bottom areas because this top side flows down over top. So it's really not that important. I might just skip on the other side, the bottom stubble straps on the deck cover. I don't think it's really gonna make that big a difference, and if I need to, I can fill it in. So I think on the next side, I'm gonna maybe skip the deck cover and just go straight to the doors and see where we end up. It is officially done. Take a look at it, see what you guys think. I went through 5.5 pounds plus, I don't know, maybe a 1/4 pound of that red stuff that I had. Take a look at this thing, it looks really good. So now I got my final step. I gotta find my scissors, and oh, also, you know, I was talking about down here, I ended up taking this side off on the bottom because all this stuff on the top just, it droops down and covers it. So it kind of makes it pointless to need that. So I wanted to cut out weight where I could and the possibility of it holding water and stuff. So now I need to get the scissors and do some really good trimming and trim this, all this grass pretty much at the water line or just a little bit above the water line. So that way it's gonna glide through the water easily. It's not gonna hold water because this stuff can get wet and then get pretty dang heavy. So I wanna eliminate that as much as possible. So I'm gonna just go through and give it some quick snips, give it a little trim, and she should be ready to hunt. It's ready to go. I'm excited about this. I'm glad I got this done because this boat's going hunting here in about 4 days. So I'm excited. This looks really good. So take a look at it. And while we're at it, we can't forget to do the old quacker stacker. And boom, there we go. We got the quacker stacker all brushed in. And comparing the 2 blinds, there's some significant differences in how they brush. So check this out. I am gonna be doing a little comparison video between the boats here in the near future, just kind of first impressions. But check this out. See the differences in this boat versus the 4 Rivers. Oh wow, the sun is making things hard. On the front, you can see there's some gaps. There's definitely some gaps there. And then here's where the biggest gaps are. Like if you see the door, I mean, no big deal really. I mean, if you look at it, I mean, it's camo already. I think I'm gonna take some brush and brush that top part in with some grass that's gonna kind of droop over. Yeah, I mean, just the stubble straps on these 2 blinds are completely different. These are much wider and thicker, and so I'm having to stuff bundles of grass into each one of them, like multiple bundles. So that, overall, I mean, it doesn't look too bad. It looks pretty good actually, but they just brushed in a little bit differently. This dog cover here has a lot more gaps, and then over here on the doors, it seems like there's a little bit more gaps there. And then getting this brushed was kind of a pain because if you look, there's no stubble straps at the top. Like you would think you would want stubble straps here to let the grass droop down, but no, they're at the bottom. So I had to kind of tie knots in them instead of doing the loop. So I just did an overhand knot with the grass, and we're just gonna hope that I can kind of just push it up like that and look okay. Ah, Corey, your poop. Oh, I got a good whiff of that one. So if you guys want to do this project for yourself, check out Final Approach, get some of that whoop grass and get to working on it. Feels good to have it done. This is the next morning and my back is freaking sore, but Here's the mow marsh. It looks pretty good. There's definitely some gaps in the front here, but you know, overall, I mean, it doesn't look too bad. So that looks really good. I think the colors I did was really good. I did kind of like the edge brown and tan, and then I just sprinkled in a little bit of red because there's a lot of smartweed where I hunt and it kind of turns red in the fall. So I wanted to add that in there. And yeah, that part right there is a little bit wonky, but it looks good. And then the refuge runner, I think this one brushed in much better. There's a lot less gaps, and the stubble straps just make it look a lot nicer. So I'm super stoked about this. I'm excited to take it out hunting this week and give it a go. So I do need to drop it in on the water. I'm going to do that this evening, so stay tuned for that video. I'm going to drop the refuge runner in the water and we'll give it an on the water test. Make sure to leave me a like and smash that thumbs up button for me, and I will catch you guys on the next